Okay, here we are, episode 5. Today is, what is today? The 11th? Yeah, today's the 11th, April 11th. So, this is the first panel I've welded in. Pretty good. I mean, not too bad, I guess. It's very slow going. Being thin material, you gotta be very careful on blow-throughs, but basically you gotta put a dot here. It's called stitch welding. A dot here, dot there, here. Keep moving it around. Takes a while, and you got to grind it back and so forth. But I got a couple of blow-throughs, actually more than a couple. Here's one right here, a little bit down in there. Some of it actually happened when I was grinding it back, but you have to grind it back, obviously, to get it smooth. And then you'll, of course, come in here with some filler to blend it in. But I remember Claude and I having some of this kind of situation on the truck like this, and what we did is we used a material called metal to metal, and it basically is like, I guess it's like Bondo, but it's impregnated with metal in it, so it really does a good job. It's really strong. So this is definitely not going anywhere. I mean, I don't see it having any issues. I actually, because of the heat, the panel actually was coming out a little bit like this, from all the heat being focused in this area. So I actually grabbed the panel and bent it in so that I could get a straight kind of line of sight down that thing. Anyhow, so that's pretty much done. I'm not going to try to, some of the areas that I had blow through, I was able to go back because I had enough material left in the sheet metal to put another little bead there, but there's not enough here left. So if I were to try to put something there now, it would just make it worse. So it's there, it's attached, it's not going anywhere. And when I put the metal to metal on there, it'll be smooth sailing, so no problems. I should have took pictures of it in place, but basically what I did, I've got a series of magnets, these little magnets here. I can clean that off. And these things basically held the panel in place, like one there, one down here. There's some more of them up here. And then got it positioned, and then I was able to tack some welds in and then take them off. And then these are some others that they kind of bridge the panel, and kind of hold it in place. But definitely a good tool to have when you're doing it by yourself. The boys have been at school, so I've been working on it, but they'll probably come out here and help me a little bit now. So moving on from that, I'm gonna have to get some primer on it, but and then I guess the next stage will be to form that piece right there on the waterfall panel and get that welded in. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm going to address this issue before I go on. This is a body mount right here. It's actually in good shape on the frame. This is a little bit thin. As you can see, it's rusted around the hole that the body bushings and the sleeve go down through. So what I'm going to do to reinforce this edge in particular, because this is okay, that's not going to hurt anything. This, if it were to crack or something like that, then all of a sudden that body bushing gets very weak and will distort. All kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to cut a piece of metal and probably come halfway and go across, weld that in, and then I'll use a little grinder, maybe a Dremel tool or something, and finish, use that, or use the hole that's here as a template to cut out what square portion is there. So all right, here we go. Thought I'd show the back side of that panel too that I welded on. I'm going to grind that down just a little bit on that side as well. Not as important, obviously, that it's pretty, because that's going to be coated with a truck bed liner after this is ready to do that. So, all right. So I'm getting ready, I've welded that piece on the body mount. I'm getting ready to cut the hole out now. Okay, it's not the roundest hole I've ever cut, but, and again, this is an art class. I probably would have done better to maybe trace that out and make a radius prior to welding it on, but it's okay. It's got more material on it now than it did, and I can tell by just kind of pushing on it and stuff, it's more sturdy. So anyway, coated it with some internal frame coating, and then I also shot some up in there. I wish I had my wand that came with that, because it allows you to get way up inside. So anyhow, so that's done. I'm gonna grind these welds down now. All right, hit it with some weld through primer, because that's the only primer I've got right now, but just to keep it from rust or anything. So as you can see, there's a couple little areas that are, you can see some peek through there, but metal filler will take care of that, no problems. So I'm gonna move on now. I've got this body mount taken care of, and actually the next step is to cut this floor pan out from the good metal that's going to go in, using the you know, what I cut out here as a template. So that's going to be the next thing I do, and I'll probably just clean up, knock off a little early today. That's going to take some some pretty good focus. I'm a little bit tired. So anyway, that's enough for today. It looks like maybe tomorrow I'll get that cut out and hopefully weld it in, perhaps that waterfall panel, and be moving along pretty good. All right, catch you later.